hour or two when we talk about affirmation and Corey's utter disregard for it and uncomfortableness with it, you know he need to be in somebody's chair. Y'all know this. The way that he is repelling affirmation, y'all know he need to be in somebody's chair.
These are real tears.
So
Tastemakers.
Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, alright. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make.
So men, I'm just gonna put this up real quick. The question becomes, why aren't we affirming man enough?
Because we don't need it.
But before Tasha, I knew she was gonna do that. But before we even get into this, fellas, I got something for you. Just bask in it for a little while. Take it all in, even you, Goss, and your non-affirmation needing self. Just, fellas, take it in. Enjoy.
Every single man walking this earth needs to hear these following 30 things just to keep him going and keep him
30?
motivated.
She about to go through 30.
And if you have not heard them recently or you haven't heard them at all, let me be the first
Queen's
to tell
wisdom,
you,
Goss.
I believe in you.
30, bro?
You make me feel safe.
Oh my God.
I appreciate everything you do for me.
I don't believe her.
I'm so proud of you. You're the strongest man I know.
That's not true.
You're so amazing. I love the way you think. I trust you. I want you. You never cease to amaze me. I respect you. You inspire me so much. I love the man you've become. You're my best friend. I can't imagine my life without you.
Is that Charles?
You're an amazing leader. I'm so lucky to have you.
Right in the Tyrese.
You make me a better person.
It is.
I love you for you. You're my rock. You always know how to make me smile. I fully support you and your dreams. What can I do for you? I love learning from you. Your masculinity is so sexy. You always know how to make me feel better. You make my life better. I honor you.
What number we on?
You're so amazing.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm with you no matter what. Every single
Listen. I'm not crying. I'm not tearing up at all. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Listen. So Johnny, chill out.
Corey's so stupid. It's Corey's fault. We're laughing. It's Corey's fault.
Well, obviously, y'all are seeing just by the last hour or two when we talk about affirmation and Corey's utter disregard for it and uncomfortableness with it. You know he need to be in somebody's chair. Y'all know this. The way that he is repelling affirmation, y'all know he need to be in somebody's chair.
These are real tears.
So that's the best advice I can give you, brother, is just get into a chair, because little Corey wants to hear those words so that big Corey can live life.
Why is it not normal for me? Why can't I like affirmation? That just doesn't do it for me.
It's not a matter. Again, nobody. It's not a matter of what. Anyway, as Tasha said earlier, I don't need nobody to pay my bills, but I'll take more of that money. You know what I'm saying? So
It's not the same.
I definitely think it was apples.
I was absolutely affirmed as a kid.
No,
What?
Do
You know
not
who
take my
Antoinette
last
Diane
word.
Goss was? Have you met Craig Dwayne Goss? That's all they did was affirm me.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
so
maybe-
that's the pathology. They gave you all that affirmation, and yet still,
Say what? Hold on, what?
I'll leave.
Oh,
I'll leave
hold
the
on.
rest to touch
Nah,
you.
we're going. Nah, let's go.
What-
Yes,
what-
It was
what-
just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time.
Nah, we're going.
One of them took
Yep,
a
still
shot
what?
outside my microphone.
Say what?
That's outside.
Nah,
my
let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
argue the rest
Say
of the
what?
personal. Argue with your mom.
Nah, we having this convo.
So listen, I didn't
Nah,
hear what
F
happened.
that. Nah, F that.
What was said? What was said?
I'm trying to find out.
Oh,
Dustin,
what-
I'm uncomfortable.
you didn't. Oh,
No.
Okay.
She said it's a matter of time.
I said it was just a matter of time before one of you took a shot at the other one of you. I knew it was just a matter of time before somebody.
I've been good all night.
We've been good.
No, I've been good. I want to understand. I just want to understand what Tasha's talking about.
So comedy,
I think the reason why they're making comments, both Quote and Tasha, and why we're all generally just slightly perplexed at your disdain, not disdain, but your nonchalantness in terms of affirmation is because most men's love language is affirmation.
No, it's not.
Words of affirmation.
Most men's love language is affirmation.
That's not true.
Physical touch and affirmation are most men's love language.
Yeah,
I'm affirmation like nobody's business.
It's essentially how Samson got. It's how Ahab got because men.
I'm telling you, I don't need it. I've gotten it and still get it my whole life.
Understood.
It's not that you don't need
nobody
it.
Says
that's not normal. Like y'all acting like I'm
normal. You just have never seen
normal. Is that you dislike it.
Yeah,
not needing something is different from being repulsed by it, and you just had a visceral reaction.
No, I didn't.
To her saying nice things. Thank you, Charles Brown.
Well, what started to me though is when she started saying nice things, your first response actually was she's lying. Mm-hmm. You can't trust her.
Oh, look at
that's a fact.
Oh, the baby.
Why is she lying?
Why is she lying?
And see, this is my issue. So I hear this sister, and I amen everything this sister is saying. This is my issue. I amen everything that young woman is saying. I absolutely believe in affirming men. I've been affirming my son since he was in my womb. When he was born, I would speak affirmations over him. I have videos in my phone that I record and will at some point.
So watch this.
Well, I'm done talking.
I'm sorry.
I have videos in my phone of me affirming my son, and I will eventually post those videos. The issue comes where men hear me affirm them, and I've watched men squirm in their chairs when I affirm them, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" If I got to coach you through an affirmation, you need a couch, baby. That means either you have either the way you've been affirmed, either you have never been affirmed, you're not accustomed to hearing affirmation, or you have convinced yourself that this is not necessary for my survival. Whatever the case may be.
Or somebody has affirmed you. Somebody has affirmed you and then let you down greatly.
No, right. I disagree with all that.
You thought she was lying speaks to your lack of trust in women. The fact that you thought, yes, absolutely. You don't trust anybody.
Yes, I do.
Trust anybody, but you especially don't trust women.
Who, me?
No, the man on your shoulder.
Oh,
yes, you.
What? Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. The man that doesn't sign contracts for nothing because he trusts everybody doesn't trust anybody.
You've admitted within this hour that you don't have that you have trust issues.
When did I say this?
Earlier in the podcast.
I think you did say something about it.
Yes, you did.
Fam.
You said this is why I got trust issues now.
Y'all really want me to have a problem because affirmation is not my love language.
All right, I got your drum cloth, Goss.
That's what scares me. It is perfectly normal for somebody not to like affirmation.
Okay. Keep going, Kiera.
It's perfectly normal for somebody not to like affirmation and that person be okay and not need therapy and not need a hug and not need whatever. If that's not my thing, it's not my thing. If I don't like chicken, then I don't like chicken. Y'all can say chicken's the greatest thing in the world. Everybody likes
person don't like chicken. See,
it's an example. Like y'all are trying to make something wrong with me.
I'm not trying to make anything wrong with you. We're actually we're not making anything wrong with you. We're responding to what you said. However, I'm gonna lay up off you, right? I'm gonna lay up off you. I'm not gonna address especially live. I'm gonna lay up off you on the live. I'll hammer you in the group chat because I have access to you outside
are talking about stuff that's not true. That's not true at all. I don't have trust issues.
You said it. You said it.
Bruh, no, I didn't.
You said it.
It's all on camera. It's all on camera. So we'll find it.
Camera. I didn't
we'll find it. I know Kiera's gonna go through the whole joint, so she'll post it. We'll get Brina to edit him with him saying that he doesn't say it,
sending it to
and we'll make a clip out of it.
With that being said,
I didn't say it.
It's always been my experience. I'm up off you guys. I'm up off you. I'm on to the next.
I'm not up off you. I'm still on you. So you're gonna get this work.
No, I'm not, boo boo.
Yes, you are. Nah. You can't decide when we gonna stop the conversation if we having it together.
Watch me do it with precision.
Nah, see that's not cool. That's not cool. Then you'll never be able to have a conversation with somebody.
I'm absolutely able to have a conversation, but we're gridlocked.
Okay, say your side, Goss.
Nah, that's not cool.
Say your side, Goss. Go. Go for it.
What I was saying was, because you're feeling, you can't put your feelings about how you feel about a situation on me and say, I feel like this, so this is true for you. That's not, like, you just can't do that for people. So the same way that you're saying that all this stuff, that I have trust issues, that I need therapy for that situation specifically, like, y'all think that because for one thing that I say I don't like, all these things are wrong with me. And that cannot be the case. Like, that is not, well, I'm telling you, it's not the case. And you can't say, oh, this, and this, so this means something's wrong with you because you don't like this, and this. You know what I'm saying? There's people.
That is not what we're saying. You're mischaracterizing what we're saying.
Who like different things and who appreciate different things that, like, for example, the things I like, if I say, yeah, I like walks in the park, I like spending time with somebody, and I like kissing in the mouth, right?
We know this.
If those are my things, right? And y'all have something, well, no, you can't like that because if you like those things, then this means you're this. And that may not be true.
That's not what we doing, bro.
No, that is what y'all doing. So just because affirmation is not my style and it doesn't do anything for me, and you've asserted that I have trust issues and that I can.
Not as simple as you not liking or preferring it. It repulses you, guys.
Holy cow. Okay, real quick.
Y'all have to understand. I thought we knew each other. So when if I say I hate it, I'm not saying literally, oh my God, stop it. I hate it. Don't affirm me, please. No. Like, I'm not saying, like, y'all know I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't like it.
Can I please have a, can I have a few
we on a show. We have to make the show entertaining.
Can I have okay.
No, you've been talking all day. So now it's time for me to defend my point. So in closing, I'll close and you can finish. Okay. So in closing,
bow wow.
You cannot put something on somebody just because you think this is how they feel because this doesn't add up. Just like if you go to WebMD and you say, what's your symptoms? Do you say that person has that because WebMD said it? No, half-time WebMD is wrong. So therefore it's the same thing.
It's like, don't bother responding to him because he's devoted to mischaracterizing what we're saying.
You can't.
So by virtue of your own litmus of what should and should not be the case, you ascribed that young woman was lying based on a perception of your own, right? And so I'm based on the perception I have of you and your perception of her. I'm saying you have trust issues. First, and secondly, that was an admittance you made at the top of the hour. At the top of the hour, you said you had trust issues.
Kiera's gonna find it.
That's something that came out of your verbal. It reverberated from your vocal cords, shot past your teeth, over your tongue, and out your mouth into the internet.
It will be a YouTube short. It will be a TikTok.
But it will be a reel. I said I was switching is not because I didn't want to hear your point. The reason why I said I was switching was because I needed to make a point in reference to the video, and I'm up off you because I did not want to offend. I'm not here to offend. I'm not here to upset. I'm not here to ruffle feathers unless it's about the gospel. So I'm up off you because I actually need to make a point about what this woman is saying that points to a much larger issue that may encompass you, but overall is not really about you.
Look at your neighbor and say, it's not about you.
It's not about you.
With that being said, I think the way she affirms men is phenomenal. The way she affirmed men in that video is fantastic. Yes, it's been my experience, though, whenever I've had to affirm a man, or not even had to, because I don't do it performatively. I don't do it because I need something out of them. I do it. So, for instance, there are brothers at my
smell the patronization.
I spoke to this. And so there are brothers at my church. And from the time I've been in my church to this very moment, I've watched their emotional intelligence grow towards the women. So when I start saying these things to them, I'm watching them in real time be like, and I'm like, are you good? Like, are you okay? Because the aversion to there is an aversion to affirmation in some men, right? So when they hear the affirmation, it makes them very uncomfortable. The flip side of that joint is some men are affirmed and then it warps them in a way that they take that affirmation and then use it as a weapon or as a tool to now harm this woman
and
then take that affirmation and run out into the world like, well, I'm all that in a big bag of chips with the dip. And so now I got to have all the ladies because she said I'm fly. I'm going to kick her to the curb and I'm going to sleep with Tanisha, Katrina, Sabrina, Elaine. Like I'm going to go have all
three
the ladies.
Kims.
About 3 Kims, right? And so I've never had a problem affirming men. Never. Even if the man doesn't receive the affirmation, or even if he takes an affirmation and warps it in his brain and turns it into something else crazy. My thing is, I was saddened by the comments under that video with those ladies, right? Because a lot of the women were like, he gotta earn my affirmation. And I'm like, do you do this to your sons? Do you do this to your fathers? Do you do this to your brothers? Are you so... And I understand where they're coming from, right? Because some women have affirmed men, like especially in the Black community, Black women have affirmed men and then seen some of those same men turn around and say horrendous things about Black women in very public forums and spaces. And so that makes a woman not want to affirm a man anymore. If I told you you're amazing and you're telling me I'm not marryable, or I tell you you're amazing and you're telling me I'm a bed wench, or I'm telling you you're fantastic and you're telling me that I'm the least likely to ever be married, then it makes me go, oh, well, why did I affirm you to begin with? And I understand that. But if you let somebody change who you are based on how they receive you, then were you to begin with, kind of thing. That's my thought process behind that. So for me, I believe in affirming men. I'm saddened by the comments that the women had. And I hope that men see this video and it breaks the ice for them. Like the men who struggle with affirmation, I hope it breaks the ice and they can see that it is safe to receive compliments from women who are not looking for anything. It's not performative. We're not trying to get anything from you. We're not lying to you. We're not trying to get in your pants. We're not trying to get your money. We see something valuable. We're going to comment on that thing and then we're going to move on. Or don't take it like I'm flirting with you either, because I don't want you, Pop. I'm just telling you that I think you're amazing. And so,
This goes that last point goes both ways, because I've actually been in a situation complimenting a woman, and then she think, no, I'm good. I don't want you. But I've been in that situation too.
It's all a result of trauma. You know what I'm saying? You can see a woman that's beautiful, but she was never built up by her father. That voice of affirmation did not raise her. And then when you tell her she's pretty, she's just like, oh, it's like
trying to holler.
Do you not know? You know what I'm saying? Hi, she is me. So you know
that woman was talking to the whole entire world.
Literally still talking, Goss.
Every man, every man that I guarantee saw that video did not deserve
I'm in the middle of a point.
All those affirmations.
I'm being honorable to the space that Tasha's occupying right now.
What I'm saying is a lot of those women on that post a lot of those women on that post are broken daughters.
Yeah.
You cannot pour out what has not been poured into you. The voice of affirmation was missing from a lot of those women, I presume, right? None of us know the ladies who were typing, right?
Yeah.
But we have an idea of what's going on in our community and in our world. You know what I'm saying? And when you have all of those, you read those things, you can read the hurt. Just like when a woman stands up and says, well, I don't need no man. You can hear the hurt. You can hear the pain or the vacuum that pain created that has been filled with anger and bitterness and callousness. Yeah. And so it's like, no, you don't have to earn. Words are free. Words are free. You do not have to earn affirmation. You know what I'm saying? You got to water what you want to grow. If you want a man to be, and the same thing for men with women. There are a lot of things you'll look at a woman and say, yeah, I know thoughts are not as good an idea to date, but I rather them because da 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 da. It's like just water the stuff in the good women or the ones you deem more marryable or more whatever, instead of running in this rat race, this hamster wheel of turning a hoe into a housewife when wisdom has already taught us you can't do that. If you would just water, if you would just, you know what I'm saying? So it always goes back to what? Fathers. And I knew this was going to be it. I knew this was it. Nigga, I ain't asking you.
I don't care.
What I'm
telling you, what you said was stupid.
What I'm saying is it?
That's not fair, Cross. That's not fair, guys.
No.
Listen,
Do you hear yourself? Do you hear
yourself? You're not being fair, guys, because nobody said what you said was stupid. You're not being fair.
Y'all could have said it. I wouldn't have cared.
But listen. No. What's that?
I don't want nobody to jump in. I don't want nobody to jump in on that.
Let me get real quick, Tosh. Let me get.
Did y'all hear what she just said?
Listen.
I want y'all to live there because for him to lash out so immaturely.
Yeah, Goss, your vibe is like telling on you.
There was a need.
Your vibe is literally telling on you.
And him was hit. And that's why the dog is hollering, baby.
Your vibe is telling on you.
I'm in the state of Florida, so I'll never ask you whether I'm stupid or not, or anything I got to say, first of all. Second, as I was saying before, in the state of Florida, and I'm glad that we brought up this subject, because I first wanted to say, are men not affirmed? Y'all seem like y'all doing great. You know what I'm saying? Just to be, an a-hole. But really and truly, we are living in a time where everything, first of all, we live in a fallen world. So everything about what God has created is under attack, right? It's still kill, destroy versus life abundantly. And so the cornerstone of life, right? The cornerstone of our world, of society, is the family, and the bedrock of that thing, the foundation, is the Father. When Jesus came into this world, he could have revealed God as so many other things, but he came to reveal him as the Father. And so it is the absolute most important role in society, I believe, is father and mother, right? And the ultimately accountable position out of the two is the father. And so just on my legal correspondent, just to tuck this in, I don't know if y'all know, but in Florida, they just passed an equal custody bill. It's been signed into law. And when I saw your question, it brought me back to that. And I'm like, you know what? I can't, whether I want to be funny or not, I can't say men are affirmed. There's no issue. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of didn't know what the question was about. It's like, are you talking about a one-on-one relationships? Are you talking, socially or, as a whole? But there really is an issue all around. So now we have to pass a law. It just used to be understood in society. We came from a father knows best society. You know what I'm saying? So now we have to pass laws to state the obvious, to say a father is just as important. One parent is just as important as the other parent. Absolutely. We have to codify that now. And I think it just goes back. We can say, hey, it's this lobby, it's this group, it's these isms and those isms. But at the end of the day, it's because we live in a fallen world. And our words and our thoughts, they're the most important tools in the battle. So I love that she did the video. I have to thank God. I'm like patting myself on the back because I remember double-digit years ago being one of the women who would love or agree with what was written in the comments to being the woman in the video. And just a caveat, sisters, you can say all that to a man that he still don't be
right.
It still don't mean it's gonna work out. But bless and not curse. Let's be children of our Father.
I think that's a key point right there that you made. The bless and not curse aspect of it is true, or just in theory, as someone would say, maybe even speaking things into existence. If you're constantly tearing down someone, if you are constantly not affirming them, there is a chance that you will end up being a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you will get just what you're saying, just what you're calling. You act just like your daddy, yada yada yada, boom boom boom, all of those, right? And so. So yeah, I definitely I believe in affirmation. I believe it's a powerful thing. I think it's quite Bible to affirm others and encourage others and different things of that nature. I'm an affirm junkie. I will let anybody know that from the top of the joint. Not only am I Leo, but that is my love language all day long. Feel free anytime you want to tell me I did something good. Thank you. And does that come to some other issues that I may or might not have from my childhood growing up or anything like that? Maybe, probably, cool. You know what I mean? And that is just, what that could be. So with that being said, making sure to hit the topic on the nose, though, the reasons why women aren't affirming men, ladies, just to make a quick point, what would you say that is mainly? Because they're not seeing what they are saying, or I mean, I think earlier I heard Kiera say something, or men will take it and just woo
I think it's
with
trained.
that, or whatever the case may be.
We're really trained to.
Say again?
I don't think we're really trained to.
That aren't trained to?
I think it's that. I think it could be. It could be that women don't see affirmation. It could be, of course, women have affirmed men. I think. See, for me, I think, and this might get me in trouble with women, but I'm willing to take the risk because.
Let's go, sis. I got you.
I think a lot of times women, sometimes I think a lot of the time, I won't say a lot of the times, I think there's a significant portion of time that women affirm men in hopes that that man will reciprocate. If you're affirming someone with the in hopes of reciprocity, then you are already in a deficit. It's like giving a gift and hoping to receive a gift in return. If you're not giving it out of the sheer pleasure of seeing this person receive a gift, then don't give the gift. Right? Like you're giving a gift so that they can have it because you want joy. You want to evoke joy from them. And that is your reciprocity, not getting a gift back. And I think a lot of times we affirm men hoping that they're going to find something attractive in us because we affirm them. Then you're not affirming him. That's manipulation. And the Bible calls that witchcraft. Manipulative him at that point. You're trying to turn his heart toward you with your affirmations. I have never affirmed a man hoping that man would affirm me in return. I affirm him. This is why people say key is when people call me a pick me, I'm like, you clearly don't know me in real life, because to know me in real life is to know I mercilessly roast my brothers, but I equally affirm them. Like I mercilessly roast my brothers, but the affirmation comes just as quickly as the roasting does, right? And so for me, it's like, if you're affirming him hoping that he's going to do something for you, or affirming him hoping he's going to say something for you, or affirming him hoping he's going to choose you, then sis, you already wrong. You're already wrong.
Who called you a pick me, sis? Hold on. Sorry. I know I'm
listen.
Who called you a pick me?
Right. Right. All the people that call a pick me. Okay. So
okay.
I'm like, you got it. Is affirmation a right or a responsibility? I think affirmation is a privilege on the part of the person giving the affirmation, because you get a hand in molding the psyche and the persona of a person by affirming them. Imagine if we affirmed our daughters when they were 3 instead of 13 for the way their body looks, or 23 for their business acumen. Imagine if we affirmed them at 3. Imagine if we affirmed our sons at 2 instead of 12 because they're big and their voices are dropping, or 22 because they can run a football across the field, instead of affirming them when they were children. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, I think for me, I'll speak for me. I won't speak for everybody else. For me, affirming people is a privilege, because I'm sowing seeds into the person that I know God is calling you to be. I'm sowing seeds into the way I know, like, God is molding you, and I got a hand in that. I have a share in that. It's like buying stock in a company before the company goes public. For me, right? Yeah. And so I will always affirm everyone, girls, boys, men, women, old men, young men. I'm going to affirm you. That's just how I am that girl. I'm gonna tell you, you did a really good job on that thing today. Even if you did something crazy, I'm a compliment sandwich that joint. I'm gonna tell you you're amazing. I'm gonna tell you where you effed up, and then I'm gonna tell you you're amazing again. Like, that's how that's gonna go.
I'm gonna tell you your DJing is a lot better now compared to 3 weeks ago.
Right, because you were good 3 weeks ago, but you're better today, and
it's even better now.
You're even better. And it's not a lie. You are better. You was not as good 3 months ago as you are right now. And I'm going to tell you that you're good right now. And if you say, whether you take it or not, but I'm going to get that compliment up off me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it up off me.
Yeah. I think there's two aspects. I think it's a privilege and a responsibility. I think the responsibility depends on the relationship. If you if you marry someone, and let's say this is just a situation where affirmation is their love language, I think you're responsible for filling their tank in that way. Not that all of their happiness and security comes from you, you know what I'm saying? But I do think it's your responsibility to water your plant. Feel me? The relationship of parent and child, you know what I'm saying? You're responsible for the person you're sending into the world. Water that plant. Feel me? But even as a responsibility, it's a privilege to have that responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Last word on the affirmation topic. Goss, the floor is all yours. Any last words on affirmation?
Nah.
Okay. So that is what it is. That's the affirmation topic right there. Why are we not affirming men enough? I'm sorry. Yeah, I think
are you saying within the culture or just?
I think we're probably looking at within the culture. You know how we do. So we're probably looking within the culture per se. I do believe that there has been a pulling back of affirming men, but at the same time, I do see a lot of it too. I'm not saying it's completely gone away or whatever the case may be, but there is a holding hostage of sorts to it, I believe, that I've seen a couple of times or whatever, or aren't you doing what you are supposed to be doing, or you're not doing what you're supposed to be, different things of that nature, or even different things of that nature. So it's an interesting joint. It's definitely a joint I wanted to hear. I think affirmation is a very powerful thing. Again, I believe it to be even scriptural to an extent, and just sowing those seeds into somebody. And again, as a guy whose love language is affirmation and who is a Leo, yeah, that's the way to get anything you want out of me. Manipulate me, baby. Anyway, so listen. Let me
That's
stop.
just a guy thing though, because my daughter loves affirmation.
Yeah, got you. No, I feel that. So listen, last topic of the night. Chat, I hope you guys are doing good in the chat. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the things.
Making point.
Let's see here. Between Rick's and Doughboy's mom, talk to them and compare. Ooh wee. Not the boys in the hood comparison right here, but I think Judon definitely is on that right there. And when you saw it.
Nice
the difference between the way Rick was affirmed versus Doughboy, and then who they ended up and turned out to be. I definitely think that actually has a very, very good point there. But yeah, so anyway, Litany is silly. She said my love language is food, so y'all are so funny.
Get over.
But and actually, you know what? I did want to ask this. I wanted to ask this of Lost and Found in the chat, but I'll ask it of you as well, Goss. And just out of pure curiosity, what is your love language theoretically?
Physical touch.
Okay, and is
touch me.
I feel that, and I think that's the most guys are around that physical touch too. Physical touch is either number one for most guys, or affirmation is number one, and then there's something going on
touch
after
me
that as
all
well.
Over.
That's usually one of two. Those are usually the top.
Those are the two top. Yeah, it's usually.
So that makes sense
touch.
for me.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Just touch me.
Fair enough, guys.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Fair enough.
That is very, very fair. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and what's crazy is I'm like, man, just talk to me. You know what I mean?
But anybody can talk.
But and let them do just that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's see. But
Tastemakers. Class. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make